Explained by the Billy Meier contacts. Mysteries, myths, legends, conspiracy theories, historical inaccuracies, and more. Compiled by David Chance, revised October 18, 2023.
Sphinx. Contact Report 222.
The coffer structure, the Sphinx structure, was aligned to the constellation of Leo. The new pyramid, as well as all the others and the Sphinx structure, were built in more recent times, so about 4,500 years ago, solely by Earth humans, by their own forces. The builders were early Egyptians, like also the largest part of the workers, who were free people and artisans to a certain part, while many others, who came in small numbers as slaves from other countries, had to perform their hard work, together with a small number of domestic slaves. That majority of the workers, however, was based on free Egyptians. For the purpose of the nourishment of all workforces, a veritable industrial food city was built near the pyramid, and also mass campsites were provided for resting and sleeping, as well as tombs for the many deceased who were at work there. That's how I remember it being explained to me by you. Now, is this right, or did I fall into a fallacy?
Everything is of correctness, so therefore, no further explanation is necessary.
Contact Report 625.
Well, another problem, for paleontology, seems to be the Sphinx in Egypt, which is again and again reported about, just as it has recently been again, whereby all sorts of guesses are made and impossible things are claimed about the creator of the Sphinx. On that Quetzal told me. As you, however, also said already in the 1980s, that according to your records, Pharaoh Chephren, that is to say, Chephren was the builder, that is to say, originator for the building of the Sphinx. Can you explain a little more about that?
Which is really like that. Khafre, that is to say, Chefchufu or Chephren is the Greek name for Chafre or Chefre, which means Chefre is big. He was the fourth pharaoh of the fourth dynasty in the Old Kingdom of Egypt. Pharaoh Chephren was the half-brother of his predecessor Rajadef and the half-brother of Kawab, and he was buried in Giza, as was his father Pharaoh Cheops, who was actually called Chufu. His reign lasted from 2567 to 2534 before Emmanuel, that is to say, before the Christian calendar. He was also the originator and responsible for the construction of the temple and 12 statues, which showed the hours of daytime by sunlight. In addition, he was also the originator and responsible for the construction of the second and second highest pyramid in Giza, as well as for numerous outstanding statues in the vicinity of the Sphinx, some of which have been preserved to this day. The Great Pyramid was together with the others already in the early days, and then also for the last recreation aligned on the Orion constellation, but the Sphinx according to the guidelines of Chephren on the Leo constellation. 4,500 years ago, the pyramids and the Sphinx were built solely by human beings of the earth, whereas in the first construction 73,300 years ago, non-terrestrials were also involved, partly using telekinetic powers.
Yes, you already told me this in the 1980s, as well as that the actual Egyptians, who built the pyramids 4,500 years ago, were mostly free human beings and craftsmen, while only a small part of them had to work as slaves. The food for all the workers, who comprised a small army, was, so to speak, provided by a food city not far from the pyramid, as well as facilities with dormitories were given for the workers.
Yes, that had been so.